guys, this is my first post, and yes, I'm wearing a mud mask because I was only supposed to wear it for 15 minutes, but I've been reading this book called You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. This book is amazing. This woman is hilarious. But it's obviously based around self-growth, and so I'm reading this book this morning and I'm on chapter 13. It's called Give and Let Give. And so yeah, I had to come and make this video. So sorry, this is what I look like, but so she talks about living in a more abundant life, obviously, but it's more about giving without expecting to receive, and also giving without the mindset of lack. So yeah, you might not be the richest person in the world, but the more you give, the more you receive. And whether that's through monetary value or through love or an advancement in some kind of relationship that you may be struggling with, or maybe a new career opportunity, you're always going to grow the more you give. It's going to come back to you. So that kind of inspired me to go back to the minimalist lifestyle that I started when I moved to Cincinnati. I hosted a yard sale, and I got rid of a bunch of clothes. And when I was doing it, like in the past, I always just gave my clothes away to family or whatever. But when I was doing it, I was like, I felt so guilty charging for these clothes. I'm like, it's not like they're firsthand going to the store. But the whole purpose of me doing that yard sale is that somebody else was benefiting from these clothes more than me. Like I had so much clothes, like just ungodly amounts that I did not even need to have. And so when people started kind of swarming in, it just really uplifted me to know, you know what, these clothes are actually going to be worn by someone. And I met so many incredible people through that yard sale. The diversity was insane. And the one that sparks my interest right now, or just I remember plain as day, is this lady. She was a grandma, and she comes, and I had all of my homecoming dresses from high school, and I mean, I graduated in 2010, so my dresses are a bit outdated. And I look back and I'm like, what the hell, that style is awful. But I had this one dress that was pink and had glitzy or whatever, and she comes up and her face just like lights up. And so her granddaughter was actually a foster child, so she went through some troubling times, and it was last minute. She needed to get this dress for her granddaughter to wear. And so I think I had originally put 25 on it, but obviously just the amount of excitement that she had, I had to drop it to like $10. And even then I felt guilty, but I'm like, you know, I'm doing this, I might as well at least hold true to what I'm doing it for. But it just felt so good to drop that price, give it to her for a lesser value, and know that this granddaughter is absolutely going to love the dress. The grandma at least is so excited to give it to her. And you know, I realized that, okay, so I'm changing someone's life by doing this. So that's just something I want everyone to start focusing on in 2017. Try not to live in the mindset of lack. Like, if I give this X item to someone, I'm without, or oh, I'm not gonna get something back, or oh, I'm so broke that I can't afford to do this, or whatever it might be. So if you have that mindset, start to transition your mind to think, what can I do to afford this X item that perhaps maybe I can't currently afford, but eventually I will? Or why do I have so much connection to this item that I can't let it up to give to somebody else? And I do remember when I first started working at my job as a physical therapist assistant, I got a new iPad. Well, with the new iPad, I got a new charger. And one of my coworkers, I guess, it's a running joke that she always steals the iPad chargers. And so one day she asked me if she could borrow it, and my instant reaction is like, well, yeah, but you have to make sure you give it back. And the more I think about that, I'm like, So why the hell did I get so like uptight about that? Like, why did I need that charger? First of all, I have like 5 chargers in my closet, which again, I don't need that many chargers, but it would be nice in that situation if I didn't get that charger back, I could use this charger. So in exactly my point, even if she took that charger, I have plenty of chargers here that I could just use to plug into my iPad and all would be good. But for whatever reason, in that moment, I reacted in that way. So in 2017, I challenge everyone to kind of just become more givers, figure out how you can kind of rein yourself in those moments to not react in a mindset of lack or a less abundant mindset. Kind of just start to blossom and transition your mind so you can realize the more I give now, the more I get in return. Whether that be a huge value or a low value, it doesn't matter. Just focus on how it feels to give. And if you can't get to that point of kind of channeling how you feel by giving to people, then that's when you need to just kind of sit down with yourself and start to write down, why am I not getting excited about giving? What is holding me back? What kind of fear am I having that's not allowing me to get to that point? Because clearly everyone's different. Everyone's mindsets are different. Not everyone thinks like me. But I find it hard to believe that as a human race, we don't all have that little mindset in us to feel great about doing something for someone else. Sure, I understand that not everyone does, and that's fine. That's cool. But I do not understand that. So that is kind of the challenge, the goal for today, is to just focus on how we can give more. So today, either comment or just keep it in your mind. What am I going to do today, tomorrow, this week to give more to someone, to something, as far as energy towards a certain project or a charity, or maybe you come across someone that is in need of money. How can I give to them, whether it be $5 or $150? How can I help? How can I give? So that's it. If you're interested, this is what that book looks like. Pick it up. It's amazing. Have a happy Sunday.